first, and then we will inscribe parabola inside this parallelogram. Now how do you construct this parallelogram? What is the size of the parallelogram given? 150 mm into 100 mm is the size of the parallelogram. First draw a line of length equal to 150 mm, that is 15 centimeter. Okay, draw a line of length equal to 15 centimeter. Now how much is the included angle given? The included angle given is 60 degree. So call this as PQ. At P, construct an angle of 60 degree. 60 degree. Even at Q, construct an angle of 60 degree. Your exterior angle is 60 degree, your interior angle is 60 degree. Now extend this line. Along this line, what is this another size? 100 mm. This is 150 mm, this side is 100 mm. Measure 100 mm, which is 10 centimeter. Here also measure 100 mm, which is 10 centimeter. Call this as R, call this as S. Now we have a parallelogram PQRS. We have parallelogram PQRS having base 150 mm, base 150 mm, and side the other side of the parallelogram. You have to do the dimension like this. You have to draw the dimension line parallel to this line. This is 100 mm, this is 150 mm. Okay. Now, after completing this parallelogram, we have to inscribe a parabola inside. Now, this is 150 mm. Divide this into two halves. 150 means 75 mm. Locate the center point 75 mm and draw a line parallel to one of the side. This is the axis of the parallelogram. Okay, this is the axis of the parallelogram. This point we call it as vertex V. This is O. OV is the axis of the parallelogram. Now we have parallelogram PQRS. This is a parallelogram. This is the center of this side and this is the vertex OV. Center. Okay. Join this and this should be a chain line. You can see here chain line. After completing this, you can divide any one of the side into 4 equal parts. Since it is 100 mm, I will adopt the normal method itself. Okay. So you can do the previous method also. Yesterday what I taught, you can do that method also, or else you can do this method also. 4 parts, 100 mm 4 parts means 25 mm, 25 mm you can take. Okay, 7 points like this. 4 parts are divided. 1, 2, 3, 4. Call this as 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Similarly, this side also you divide this into 4 parts. How do you divide this into 4 parts? 25, 50, 75, 100. Call this also as 1, 2, 3. Now PO is 75 mm. You can't adopt the same method. Okay. Now divide this PO into 4 parts. OQ also into 4 parts. Now how to divide OP into 4 parts? Draw a line at any angle. And here you take 2 centimeter, 4, 6, 8. 2, 3, 4 parts have taken. Call this as 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash. Join 4 dash O join 4 dash O and draw line parallel to 4 dash O. From 3, from 2 dash, from 3 dash, 2 dash, and also from 1 dash. Draw parallel lines like this and call these points as 1, 2, 3. Similarly, this side. If you want to find this side, you can make use of your compass and you can transfer the points. Now already I have divided this into 4 parts. Same distance you can take here and then transfer those points here. 4 parts. So again call this as 3, 2, 1. Now what I did, I have divided this side into 4 parts. I have divided this side into 4 parts, OP into 4 parts and OQ into 4 parts. Like this we have to divide this into 4 parts. Then draw a line parallel to this vertex line from 3, from 2, from 1. All this line should be parallel to this vertex line. Okay, like this you have to draw parallel lines. Okay, you can make use of drafter for this, for drawing parallel lines. Similarly, here also you can draw parallel lines. Okay. So only difference is this is rectangular method. In rectangular method what we did? We did the vertical lines. Okay, in a rectangle if you want to inscribe parabola, we did vertical lines. Here in the case of parallelogram, we are drawing parallel lines, like inclined lines we are drawing. So for this 2 sides, we are drawing parallel lines. Understood? So like this, you should draw the parallel lines. All this line should be thin. Don't make this dark. Okay, all this line should be thin. Next, from V, join V1, join V2, join V3. Similarly, this side, join V3, join V2, join V1. Right? Previous method what you did, the same way you have to do here also. Next, V3 line and 3 line drawn from 3. Both are going to meet at one point. V3 line and line drawn from 3, both are intersecting at one point. Call this as P3. This line drawn from 2 and V2, they are intersecting at one point. Call this as P2. The line drawn from 1 and V1, they are intersecting here. Call this as P1. Similarly, this side. The line drawn from 3 and V3, they are intersecting here. Call this as P3. The line drawn from 2 and V2, they are intersecting here. Call this as P2. The line drawn from 1 and V1, they are intersecting here. Call this as P1. Right? Locate the points like this first. After locating these points, you have to join all the points by means of a smooth curve. How do you join this? Join P, P1, P2, P3 and vertex V. Similarly, from V, join VP3, P2, P1 and Q. Okay, now what we did, we drawn all these lines, we joined all these lines by a dotted line. Okay. Now I am going to dark this. All the lines I am going to dark it. Darken this by means like this. All dotted lines, you join it by means of a curve. Okay, this is how the parallelogram we are inscribing a parabola in a parallelogram. Students, please note that only parallelogram should be dark and your parallelogram and parabola. This parallelogram and this parabola should be dark. All other lines are construction lines. All other lines are construction lines. All this line should be thin. Don't make this construction lines dark. All construction lines should be thin. Only the parallelogram and parabola should be dark. Okay. Construct parabola. Parabola in a parallelogram. Of size 150 mm into 90 mm. Okay, 150 mm into 100 mm. Let us make it 100 mm. 150 mm into 100 mm. Having included angle 60 degree. Now what is the problem here? Construct parabola in a parallelogram. You will be given a parallelogram. So in that parallelogram you have to inscribe this parabola. Okay, what is the size of the parallelogram? 150 mm into 100 mm is the size of the parallelogram. And what is the included angle of the parallelogram? 60 degrees is the included angle of a parallelogram. Now how do you construct this parallelogram first? First we have to construct parallelogram and then we have to inscribe parabola in it. First let us construct parabola. Sorry, first.